Once upon a time, in a place called the Sunny Forest, the sun always shone brightly and the flowers smelled like honey. All the animals lived together in peace. But there was one resident who was always looking for trouble. His name was Felix the Fox. Felix was clever and fast, but he used his talents for the wrong things. He loved to play mean tricks on his neighbors. Felix thought playing tricks was the best way to have fun. "Being nice is boring," he would say to himself. "Seeing others surprised is much more exciting." One sunny morning, Bella the bunny was singing a happy song. She had spent hours picking the crunchiest, sweetest carrots for her family's lunch. She was very proud of her work. Suddenly, Felix jumped out from a bush. With a big kick, he sent Bella's basket flying. "Boo! Watch your step, Bella!" Felix laughed loudly as the carrots tumbled into the dirt. Bella was heartbroken. "Oh no, my beautiful carrots. Felix, why are you so mean? I worked so hard for these." But Felix just ran away, laughing. Next, Felix found Sammy the squirrel. Sammy was the busiest animal in the forest. He was gathering acorns for the winter, carefully storing them in a hollow tree. It was very important work. While Sammy was away, Felix filled the hole with thick, heavy mud. When Sammy returned, he couldn't get inside. "Hey, hey, hey, hey! You can't eat today, silly squirrel," Felix teased from a nearby branch. Sammy was furious. "Felix, this is not a game. One day, you will be sorry for your actions. What goes around, comes around." But Felix just flipped his tail and vanished. That afternoon, Felix saw Tim the turtle. Tim was very old and walked very, very slowly. He was carrying a beautiful flower to give to his friend. Felix thought it would be funny to block Tim's path. He rolled a giant rock right in front of the poor turtle. Tim tried to go around, but Felix kept moving the rock back. Tim sighed deeply. "Oh dear, I just wanted to share this flower. Why is Felix making it so difficult?" Tim finally gave up and sat down, looking very sad. Felix wasn't satisfied with small tricks anymore. He wanted something big, something that everyone in the forest would remember. "I'll make a giant trap," he decided. "It will be my masterpiece." The next morning, Felix started digging. It was hard work. The ground was tough and his paws were getting tired. But he didn't stop. He imagined Bella and Sammy falling in, and it made him dig faster. On the second day, Felix filled the hole with water and sticky mud. He spent all afternoon mixing it until it was the stickiest trap in the entire forest. "Perfect," he whispered. Finally, he covered the hole with fresh leaves and twigs. To anyone walking by, it looked like a normal path. Felix hid behind a large oak tree, his heart beating with excitement. "Now, I just have to wait." 1 hour passed, then 2. Felix was getting bored. "Where is everyone?" he wondered. He was so focused on the trap that he didn't notice a low buzzing sound behind him. Suddenly, a giant angry bee appeared. It was the biggest bee Felix had ever seen. "Bees!" It flew right at his nose. Felix jumped back in terror. "Stay away from me," he yelped. The bee wouldn't stop. Felix ran as fast as his legs could carry him. He darted left, he darted right, trying to lose the angry insect. He was so scared that he forgot exactly where he had hidden his trap. Felix saw a clear path ahead. "I'm almost safe," he thought. But then his foot landed on the leaves he had placed just hours ago. "Whoa!" Felix cried as gravity took over. Splash! Felix fell deep into his own sticky mud trap. The mud was thick and smelled like old swamp water. It was all over his fur, his ears, and even his nose. He tried to pull himself out, but the more he struggled, the deeper he sank. Hours went by. The sun began to set, and the forest grew quiet. Felix was cold and lonely. "I was so mean to everyone," he thought sadly. "Now I'm stuck, and nobody will want to help me. I deserve this." He let out a long, sad howl. Finally, he summoned his courage. "Help! Is anybody there? Please help me!" He screamed until his throat was sore. Just as he was about to give up hope, he heard the sound of footsteps above him. Bella, Sammy, and even Tim the turtle were looking down at him. "Felix, is that you?" Bella asked. "Oh, Felix, what have you done to yourself?" Sammy said, crossing his arms. "We saw you digging this hole yesterday." "I'm so sorry," Felix cried, fresh tears running through the mud on his face. "I was so mean to all of you. I ruined Bella's carrots, I blocked Sammy's home, and I was cruel to Tim. I'll never, ever do it again. Please don't leave me here." The friends looked at each other. They remembered the mean things Felix had done. But then Tim the turtle spoke. "Being kind is always better than being angry," he said softly. "Let's show him that we are better than his tricks." They found a long, strong vine. Sammy tied it to a tree, and Bella and Tim helped lower it down. "Grab on, Felix!" they shouted. Felix grabbed the vine with all his might, and slowly but surely they pulled him out of the mud. Once he was safe and clean, Felix gave each of them a big hug. "Thank you. You saved me, even after I was so mean. I promise to be a better friend from now on." And for the first time in his life, Felix truly meant it. Felix kept his promise. He helped Bella pick new carrots and even carried them for her. He helped Sammy find the best acorns and protected his home. He even walked slowly with Tim every single day. Felix learned that the best way to have fun is to share happiness with friends. Sunny Forest became an even happier place. Remember, if you are kind, kindness will always find its way back to you. The end.